Okay, hello guys, welcome back to Cook Serve Delicious. On our third day, have a look at our active menu. These are gonna, yes, I need to buy 2 more things too. So yeah, last time I shifted from controller to keyboard because fuck using a controller for this game. What should I try? What does it do? Ah, okay. This is another staple. I think... I've got no grill. I should buy a grill. I might buy a grill and do burgers, because burgers are actually quite a handy thing. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Equipment. Buy a grill. Domain. And I'm going to buy a burger and possibly. Oh, the baked potato is really handy, I think. I have to remember how to do it. Oh, that's right. You cook first and then I remember now. And it's good. It's actually really handy and I like it. So I'm going to do the bake. Oh, I don't have. I'm not paying attention to my money. Look at that. Jesus Christ! I've only got $700 left. I suppose then I will just do. What's cheap? Since beer is. See, pretzels aren't upgradable. Okay. I'll purchase pretzels. Easy. Okay, so active menu. I'm not really thinking this through, to be honest. I'm just sort of going for it, you know. Alright, start our next day, eh? Yeah. Well, pretzels is easy. But they're not upgradable, so they'll be useless later on, but that's okay. Ranch, cheese, bacon, everything on it. Oh, god damn it. I have to get back into it. Ranch, cheese, bacon, croutons, and onions and peppers. See, that can throw you because C is cheese. And so that one there has no cheese on it. So if you accidentally hit bacon croutons, that's why I try to not. You get my gist. Boom. Salt and butter. Bunch of cheese. Mushrooms and tomatoes, greens and carrots. Beer. Bacon and cheese. I forgot that I have burgers in this round. 1 meat patty. 1 meat patty. Oh. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Orange cheese, bacon. Meat only. 4. I literally just gave someone a a 2 pieces of like bun, just literally a bun instead of the burger. Like I would be Honestly, I would be rightly pissed off as well. If I went into a place to buy a burger and just got a bun. That's fucking funny. Just cinnamon. Yeah, see, part of the reason the keyboard's better is because most of the things, say B is butter, C is cinnamon, and it's just, you sort of get that muscle memory going. It's harder with a controller because each thing is different. Maybe I'm just talking to my ass now. I'm working towards getting this. I've never gotten to the 5-star. I haven't played for that long. It takes a long time to get to 5-star. I've picked up, and like, it's a very, I wouldn't say grindy game, but it is quite. Actually, I would say grindy. It is quite grindy. And normally I don't like grindy, but I find this grind to be interesting because it's not the same as, say, the grind in an RPG where you're spending forever doing the same thing over and over again. At least in this, you can sort of, you can mix things up, you can have some fun with it, and the game itself is just quite fun. Just butter. There's a cat outside. We got a bunch of strays. Sounds like they're having a bit of a tussle with each other. 3 meat patties. I've noticed Cook Serve Delicious 2 is has like situations where you have multiple, like, oops. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Should have waited. Some cheese. Much cheese. Oh yeah, they're really having it out there. Oh, and the dogs have started. Wanna be patty? Eating lettuce. That's a fucking shitty burger. Oh god damn it! I hit 2. That's gonna be a bad. I wish you could. That's one thing. I wish you could sort of go like back out of that because I didn't want to do that. Maybe you can. I don't know. I suppose it's part of the game that, like, if you screw it up, you screw it up, you know. But it's really hard when you know you screwed it up immediately and you just sort of and you just sort of know, and you have to just go through with it anyway. It's just like, oh, that's a fucking terrible salad. Some of these people with these salads, they're just like, this is alright. The peppers, you know. No bads, that's good. Not a perfect day. I don't get that many perfect days. I mean, it's been a while since I played, to be honest. It's a soda upgrade. I don't like soda because you have to think too much about it. It's too much thinking. Because you have to find out what they want. And then as you upgrade it, you know. Okay, so I do want to keep sort of buying things and having like a nice variety of food. I always have a couple of staples. I always have a couple of staples. Right, that's right. We will just start straight into the next day, eh? Nothing. Cool. Oh, not a busy morning. Be cool if you could use the downtime to prep things. I'm just thinking, like, in real life, that's literally all I did. Like, whenever I was working in a cafe, I used to make coffees and cook as well. If there was no one around and I was doing nothing, I wouldn't just stand around and wait. I would just straight up go do something to prep for the coming crowd. So I just always did that. It's just long as if there was any dishes to do, I'd do the dishes. If there was any I needed to like grate some carrots or anything like that, or you know, it's the same deal. I used to do it all the time. And it would add an extra layer of sort of, add an extra layer of this, so like you do the prep and you have your prep ready, but then you'd hit the rush hour and then you wouldn't have any time to do prep. And tell you what, the hardest thing in a cafe is to try and do everything without prep. It is really fucking hard because you have to basically prep everything as you go, and you end up running around a lot and you end up taking too long. And let me tell you something, people are impatient. People do not like to wait for their food. It is ridiculous. In fact, it's ridiculous how fast people expect a lot of things to come. Yeah, it is kind of ridiculous how fast people expect you to be, as far as... It really is. And now I'm repeating myself. This playthrough is probably going to just be me talking a lot about my experiences working in a cafe. I don't at the moment. I will have to start working again soon. I'm currently a student, so I get money from the government to study, which is not much, to be honest. And I'm not bludgeon off it. I am actually studying, and I do have to do work. It's just I'm on holiday at the moment, which isn't really a holiday because I still have to do work during the holiday. But I do need to find another job soon because she's getting a little tight. Probably won't go into how I lost my last job. Lost is a strong word, but it is what it is. I'll tell you what though, I fucking cannot stand the hospitality industry. It's a shitty industry to work in. Don't work in it. Like, it's just... It sucks. It sucks dick. It's so bad. Like, for the most part, you'll find a lot of people that are awesome and are nice, but it's not just the customers. Like, in fact, you'll find a lot of customers that are just like the best. And you're like, yes, you're awesome, and the shitty customers, whatever, they're shitty customers. It's actually the people you work with for the most part. I'm not even kidding. Like, it's like something about hospitality just brings in the worst people. I've worked with some terrible people before, and stresses get really high in a cafe environment, and it's just like, so everyone sort of gets all shitty with each other, but I did bacon. Damn it! I was on track for getting. I think I was on track for getting perfectly. Like, hey. Didn't mean to do that. But like, it's a high stress environment, and everyone starts getting shitty at each other, and then you get the ones that are always shitty at you, no matter what. I've worked with people who were they were the hardest people to work with, because like, they would treat you like crap, and then act like they were the victim. Oh, I don't know, something about it. And the funny thing is, I actually do enjoy, for the most part, I enjoy the work. As long as everything goes well, and I've got a team that works really well together, it's a great job. I suppose I'm sort of counteracting myself here. As far as as far as telling people not to ever get a job in that thing, if you can get a solid place, then absolutely. Like, if you find a place that has awesome co-workers and a good boss is the big one. If you work for a small company, like a small family-owned business or whatever, then it's a bit hit and miss sometimes. Like, I've worked with, so the cafe I recently worked at, I went through, it changed hands, so it changed owners 3 times. The entire time I was there, and I just stayed through all of it. I left after the 3rd change, shortly after, because I won't go too far into detail about it, but they had no idea what they were doing, and I got sick of it. So, so you can get some bosses that are great and they will listen to you, but then you get, look at that, I was so close to a perfect. Fucking hell. Actually, I might go for another day, because that was quick. Oh, French fries upgrade available. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Active menu. I'll be starting to get rot. I can't believe burgers isn't a staple. I think burgers should be a staple, right? I'm pretty sure. Like you get burger joints. Like, there's places whose entire thing is burgers. So since I'm still stuck on the whole my shitty ass job at a cafe thing, the first boss was okay. They're a little bit, elitist and thought much higher than themselves than they really were, but for the most part they were great. The second owner basically ran the place into the ground. I spent most of that period, which is the longest period I worked there for. That was about 4 years. I spent most of the time just fielding complaints from people about how bad the cafe was now. From people who used to come in before. Part of it was, and I'm going to admit here, part of it was very much racism. It went from being white people owning it to Koreans owning it. And there are a lot of people that just don't like that shit, but I will admit, he ran the place into the ground, but it had nothing to do with his race. He's just a shitty businessman. But it was like the price went up, and but the thing is, I stuck around because at the time I had nothing else to do really, and it wasn't so bad that I wanted to leave. Well, like the want to leave sort of overcame the need for the money and the need for, and then eventually during that period I actually went back to school. I started to go back to school, and that was quite good. So I worked full time for I didn't mean to do that. Oh crap. Oh no. I'm talking too much. Oh, that was bad. Okay. I went back to school during that period, so I ended up, and it was flexible enough that the boss was okay for me to sort of work part time still, and that was cool. And I can't knock him for that, to be honest. For the most part, he was okay. I didn't agree with his business practices, but at least, at least it was sort of like it was a professional relationship, and that was fine. However, if you get what my last boss was before I left, where they try to be your friend, and I don't ever try to be friends with your boss. It never works because it's just no good. It really is. It sounds bad. Like I know a lot of people who are friends with their boss, and they and like you can get along with your boss for sure, and you can but don't be friends with them. But it was more so that they were so inexperienced. They never owned a cafe before. They'd never even worked in a cafe before, and they had and so at first they were like, oh yeah, you'll teach us because you've had more experience, like you've worked here for 5 years, so like we're relying on you to help us out. And I was like, cool, that's fine, I don't mind that, and I was very much willing to stay on. They seemed quite cool at first actually, and they seemed like, oh, they want salt, damn it. They seemed like they were really willing to try and turn the cafe around, and so I used to try and drop hints of like with sea salt. I used to try and drop hints with them, like drop the price, because people, that's the biggest complaint we have, is the price. But there was no go, so I sort of gave up on that. And that wasn't the reason I left. And look, I said I wasn't going to go into it, but I said I wasn't going to go into it, but I am kind of going into it. But anyway, then eventually after like a month or so, oh shit, I'm on an inspection. Oh, I didn't realise. Oh, I'm not having a good time. I didn't realise I was having an inspection. Oh, jeez, again. I'm having a bad day today. This is not good. Sorry, I just have to focus real quick here, and then I'll continue. Anyway, about after like a month of them owning the place, they basically had a massive shift in attitude towards the staff. They started. It went from them going, "Oh yeah, we're the inexperienced one. You got to help us," to "We're the boss. You listen to what we say." And normally I'm fine with that. Whatever. Good. Just deal with it. It is what it is. And I've dealt with that. Had dealt with that like the previous like 3 years for my previous owner. The previous owner was sort of like, he's the boss and that's it. Whatever. I'm fine. I come into work. I do my job. I go home. No issues. But when they start trying to tell you to do shit that's illegal, and they start trying to do shit that breaks certain health codes, and I'm not going to reveal anything because it's quite a big thing to accuse people of that, and I just want it to be behind me, to be honest. But when they try and get you to break health codes, that's pretty much the last straw. I ain't fucking dealing with that shit. I will not risk my ass for someone else. But anyway, you've got to get a good boss. That's what I'm trying to say. It's really hard to find a good boss because there are a lot of people who own cafes that just don't deserve to own cafes. Anyway, sorry for the downer episode. There's been a bit of a negative negative one. So that was okay. That was a terrible day. That was not good. Oh, sound upgrade. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Hopefully for like slightly more positive episode. Maybe I'll share some good stories from my time as a barista and a cook and a dishwasher and everything. See ya.